And we're live, guys. And so this is actually my first video that's for live. And I'm going to be talking to you about this amazing breakout that Bitcoin is actually doing around right now out of this big triangle. And so I'm going to be showing you where I think we will actually go. And so you can see that we are right now actually breaking out. And I said in my actually last video, if you actually watched it, that if we break $11,000, we will go to 13,600 because of this blue big triangle that I drew. And so we didn't get rejected. We actually broke above it and we did confirm support. And if we do go into the 1 minute time frame, you can see right here, you can see that we do have this bear flag. And so if you look at this bear flag, it actually would take us to, if you look at this, it would take us to 11,300, which actually we broke. So we're already like higher than it. We're much higher than it. And so if we go to a little bit bigger time frame, like a 5-minute time frame, and then we look at this is actually yesterday's bear flag. And so I mean bull flag, guys. And so if you take this line and you take it to here, we actually went past it we almost actually doubled it already. So 11,267, that's where we would go. We're right now 11,456. And so if we go back to the 4-hourly time frame, you can see that since we're higher than 11,000, I do believe we will go to 13,600. What's not good, however, is that if we go to the Bitcoin futures, you can see that we actually stopped. So, till Monday, the Bitcoin futures are closed, and usually gaps are filled, gaps are being made in the weekdays, and gaps are usually filled by Bitcoin. Nobody actually knows why the gaps are filled. Gaps get filled by stocks, cryptos, and Bitcoin. And right now, if we're gonna be going up, we're gonna make a gap right now. And so what I would say is that, since we're in 11,450, if we go to here, we stopped at 11,095. So we're gonna start all the way up here. So we're gonna have a really big gap. And what I think could happen is we could maybe like a week later or something. Maybe actually, this is what I think will happen. Remember this big gap right here, 9,600? It never actually got filled. I think this will be the second gap that's never ever going to be filled, because we're going to go to 13,600, and if we go to the monthly chart on this Bitcoin chart, you can see that if we go to the monthly chart, you can see that if we turn on the VPVR, after 12,400, it's just thin air, and this is going to be a really big support. 11,000 is a big support on the VPVR, but actually, if we go past 12,300, 12,400, 12,500, we will be in thin air, and that will be support. That's why I think we will not complete this. In the 4-hourly chart, where we go back, if we go back, you will see that if we look at the RSI and stochastic RSI, though, you can see that RSI is about to turn to great sell, and stochastic RSI is turning to right on top. So maybe we could have a small dip, because this could be like a small 5-wave move to the upside, and we might be doing this could be the start of the 5-wave move. If this is the start of the 5-wave move, then we could actually take the line like this, and the 0.618 level would be 10,900, or actually the golden pocket would be between 11,000 and 10,900. And so if we go to at least 0.5, that would mean we could have a support. We could confirm support that we're actually going to be doing this. And so if we confirm the support, then we could be actually going higher. And so I think we could be doing that. This would actually take the RSI back down to a good buy, and the RSI back down to blue on top when it goes down here. The MACD is actually pretty high right now, but it's not showing any signs that it's going to correct soon. By the way, if we look at the Bollinger Bands, you can see that it's still opening. It's opening really wide, so I do not expect actually we're going to get correction yet. As soon as the Bollinger Bands start correcting, as soon as they're going to start turning around, then that's when I think we're going to get a correction. So this is what I think will happen on Bitcoin. And so if we look at the monthly time frame, and if you give me like a couple seconds to turn on a couple of things, if we turn off on all these lines that I have all here, you can see that this is a lot of lines, but you can see that we are in this ascending triangle, and if we get out of this triangle, we will break out of it. And if we get out of this ascending triangle, we will also get out of this big neutral triangle, and that would mean that we're going to start getting chain reaction and how we're going to be doing it. And this big triangle takes us to $24,000. This other triangle takes us to $22,000, and chain reaction, and so on and so on. And so this could actually mean a chain reaction, and so we could be bullish. But if we look at the RSI and stochastic RSI, this is the monthly time frame, by the way. If we look at them, you can see that the stochastic RSI is about to turn to red on top here because we went really high. The RSI, though, is actually neutral. It's 60. It's higher than 56. And 56, I think, yeah. 56 is like where we usually go to see if actually we are like going bullish or bearish. And so right now, since we're higher than 56, you know, like just say this is like kinetic, where we get kinetic and potential energy. If you know science, then this is actually going to be really easy for you. When we're below the 56, we actually will start losing momentum to the downside and start saving momentum for the upside. When we actually go here, we start losing momentum for the upside and start gaining momentum to the downside. And so that's how we actually might be looking at the RSI. But we're super close to the 56 level, so we might be actually going to 13,600. And that's where I think we could actually go. One more thing. If we look at Ethereum, in my last video, I said that Ethereum was actually like Bitcoin was following Ethereum. Now it looks like we're actually doing the opposite. Now it looks like Ethereum is following Bitcoin. And comment if you think that this is actually true. And so Ethereum, which is right here, just broke out, while Bitcoin broke out, like, if we go back to the 4-hourly time frame, it broke out yesterday. Yeah, and so since we broke out yesterday, we could say that Ethereum is actually now following Bitcoin. Ethereum, by the way, since it broke out of its own triangle, it could be going to $530. And so the RSI is right now, even though Ethereum could be going to the upside, I think it could also be doing like a 5-wave move. And right now, the RSI is a good buy. But the MACD is right now still super high, but the stochastic RSI is turning to red on top. So we could have like also a second correction. If Ethereum does do a second correction, then we could actually look at it like this. And the golden pocket is from 357 to 350. That's where the golden pocket could be. And that's where we could actually go and test like 356 or 351. And so that's after that we could actually be going higher. So like a third wave move. And that's what I think could happen. And so if you guys think actually that this will happen, then comment in the comment section. And so if we're going to be actually going up right now, then I would actually buy. And lots of things prove this. But the only thing that worries me is the RSI and stochastic RSI, because, you know, they are really high right now. And so if we go to 13,600, then we're probably never going to come back down to 10,000. We're probably never going to come back to 10,000 already right now. And so this could mean like the start of a new bull market. Oh, if we go to the daily chart also, it's also saying the RSI is not yet in a sell zone, but it is actually coming to the sell zone. And the stochastic RSI is really high, but it didn't turn to red on top yet. And so that would mean that we could have like a small correction. Like I said, we could have a small correction to $11,000 on Bitcoin. But I don't think, maybe we could keep going up. Maybe we're not going to have like a small correction, even though that is possible because it's like a 5-wave move. But in the long term, actually in the mid-term, I would say, we could be going up. So I expect we could be going there in like the end of October. We could be at $13,000 the end of October. Maybe like the most, I would say the end of November, but the end of October is where we could go, because like we went the same amount of price in this time date, in like from July 16 to August, so that's like 1 month. And so in 1 month, about or 2 weeks, we could be at 13,600. So I think we could be going there. But first, a little correction, like I said, to the second golden pocket, the first actually, to the first golden pocket of this 5-wave move, and which that is 11,000. And Ethereum, like I said, could go to 524 after it gets a small tap at the golden pocket of 351. So that's where I think we can go. And thanks for watching my first live stream.